Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
Oh my. Worldwide. $800 million. On average, the budget, $330 million. Fantastic Four 2005, its sequel, 2 years later, Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer 2007. Bigger budget. Fantastic Four 2015. That was a reboot. If you talk to anyone, anybody, they will tell you these movies suck. They trash them right out of the gate. It's wild to me. But there was always a bigger problem with Fantastic Four. I think with I don't call it a failure, because I enjoyed the hell out of 2015. Josh Trank, Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, Human Torch, like perfect. Michael B. Jordan as a Human Torch is absolutely perfect. Chris Evans as a Human Torch is perfect. Like, we need if Marvel swang for the fences, if they really had visionary moves, we would get a Michael B. Jordan Human Torch multiverse movie and give those guys whatever the hell they want. Just make it effing happen. Marvel's got stroke. Disney has stroke. Offer Michael B. a Marvel franchise after that. So what are we talking about today? Almost $1 billion. You know how many films, period, like just even adaptations? Like, look at let's just talk. Excuse me. Like the Alec Baldwin, The Shadow. You know, Alec Baldwin would probably give his nipples and his nuts to be a part of a franchise. Yeah, I get it, Mission Impossible, but one that he could call his own. That would make almost $1 billion. It's such a high benchmark for any film franchise, anything you put in front of the public. Billy Zane, to Phantom. Look at Warren Beatty and his absolute commitment to the Dick Tracy character. If you could sit him down and say, Warren, how would you feel if 3 of your Dick Tracy movies crossed $1 billion? He would say, I will be the happiest guy on earth. So these movies get trashed. They're entertaining. They're well designed. I love Rise of the Silver Surfer. I just like the speed, and there's an urgency to that movie. I like films like that. I love the rearrangement of the board, if you want to call it that, for Fantastic Four 2015. And no, I don't like calling it Faint Four Stick. That is marketing. But whatever. If people need to say it to separate it from the 2005 one, sure. And in 2005, we have new ideas about Doctor Doom, some of the relationships. But we get 3 movies. We have a 4th one coming. And a lot of these relationships, they don't seem to be on screen. Why the hell is that? Why? And here's the meat. Here's the marrow in the bone. This is not adaptable. The concept is just goofy. Why do they go into space? How do they get their powers? Sue Storm, is she a scientist? Is she an engineer? Reed Richards is cranked up intelligence-wise to the point of it doesn't matter if everyone else around him is intelligent. He's the guy crossing the multiverse. they now accelerate the story. I mean, the things we see with this new one is they're skipping, they're jumping right to the modern era with Fantastic Four. That's crazy. So we get none of these other things. People want Galactus, and they want what's called the Council of Reeds, and they want this multiverse, and they want Franklin Richards, excuse me, to become Galactus in a way and become this all-powerful being. That's kind of like, it's like, what the hell? This is, and we can get into the reasons why it's not adaptable. I think it's higher analysis. I think it's like a really big conversation. But if you go through the fandom, there's a few people left that know the original gospel. I'm one of them. There's a few people left that know the phases of the 40 years, the 30, 40 years that book was published. Multiple final issues. We talked about that on YouTube. That know about the benchmarks, the landmarks, the eras, the creators to focus on of this series. But they're gone. See, the Fantastic Four readership is not really there, and never really was, just a few times in comic book history. We can argue that the readership of Fantastic Four is equal to Guardians of the Galaxy or Aquaman, even Shazam, aka Captain Marvel, where a lot of times those books get published, those books come out. It's a courtesy, and it's a dedication to the publishing legacy. It's somewhat important that Marvel publishes Fantastic Four. You have to keep that going. You just have to do it. The ideas of this series, if you put them together, if you whiteboard them, they're not great. They're not easy to adapt. May I even say they're not very entertaining. I think what people like about Fantastic Four, they like Silver Surfer, they like Galactus. I can't think of any other villain. I mean, they tried to spin off Inhumans. That's a Fantastic Four property. No one cares. Technically, like we can kind of say that the Eternals is in the Fantastic Four vein. Gone. So what do we have? And what is it exactly? It's an unadaptable comic book. I thought 05, I thought 07. Commendable, sprang for the fences. They upped the budget between the two of these movies. They tried to do more. I really feel like there was a missed opportunity with revealing Galactus at the end of that movie. They had to show Galactus in some way. But I also feel like, and this is looking back, but I also feel like when you're in the moment watching the movie, who cares? It doesn't really matter. Galactus is a threat. Doesn't matter if we see him. We know the threat of Galactus. So, I mean, it's a good back and forth. I thought 2015. I mean, there's a scene in 2015 where Doctor Doom is, I call him Scanner Doom. He's walking down the hallway, exploding heads. That's our Doctor Doom. We have this awesome idea of what the negative zone is. They connected themselves, the origin-wise, with the negative zone. There is a military. There is a X-Files component to that. An Area 51 component. Really cool stuff. Secret labs. Like, that's really, I think that's the whole theme of 2015. I love the recruitment of everyone in that. And the wild thing is people are screaming. They're crying to do it, the Council of Reeds. They want all these actors that played Reed Richards together on screen together. And right now, like technically we got 4 of them. So that's kind of cool. But they'll cheer that. But then they'll trash where everything came from. A very similar disconnect with Wolverine Deadpool, where people are cheering for Elektra, Jennifer Garner, and they do nothing but shit on Elektra, her solo movie, and the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. Like, they shit on it, but they cheer it. It has to be said, there is a, in my view, as the film buff, guys, there's a fundamental challenge in adapting Fantastic Four. Which is why we're all here. We're here for the breaking insight. Guys, I love you. Rock and roll.
Okay, that's a wrap.